Yin Yoga with Sound Healing. I'm Kristen. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. We're going to spend the next 90 minutes together taking awesome care of ourselves for Self-Care Sunday, and happy spring. We made it through winter, so yay for the vernal equinox yesterday. So this is a Yin class, and I'm going to speak a little bit about the Yin Yoga. I'm going to speak a little bit about the sound healing, and then we'll move into our experience for today. I did want folks to know that I do have a downloadable PDF on my website, KristenRubis.com, on the online classes page. And so this has a PDF that you can print out. It has sound healing information on one side and chakra information on the other side. So just know that that's a resource for you as far as just getting more information on sound healing. All right, so just to share a teeny bit about Yin Yoga in case this is your first time experiencing it, and the sound healing. So Yin Yoga is a more passive, transformative style of Hatha Yoga, and that it asks us to hold poses up to 8 minutes long. And so when we move into holding things for that long, we're moving into the muscular tissue, the ligamental tissue, the joint tissue. We're moving into the connective tissue and the fascia tissue. And so all of these tissues help to kind of re-educate the muscular tissue. So when you're working on a fascial level, kind of everything else follows suit. As far as whatever you're doing with the fascial tissue, then the other tissue are going to realign and come into balance just as the fascial tissue is. This longer hold is done to strengthen, lengthen, and provide therapeutic release to joints, muscles, ligaments, fascia, and connective tissue. The Yin Yoga provides grounding. Yin postures focus on creating space, flexibility, reconnection, and cleansing. And so most of the classes that we attend are more yang style, and so they're action oriented. We've got the flow yogas and the vinyasa flow kind of classes, and so those, you're more synchronizing the movement with the breath, and you're not really holding postures for that long of time. So just know that if you haven't held a yoga posture for 7 to 10 minutes or so, that some emotions can come up, some pain might come to the surface, and so it's an invitation to you can breathe into that pain, you can ask what information it has to offer you, you can invite it to release and let go. So to me, pain is a teacher and a healer for us. It kind of gives us information as to where we might be out of balance in our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body. So it's important that we're attending to all those layers of ourselves. And so the Yin Yoga kind of offers that invitation. So just knowing that if you're getting into places of discomfort or pain, it's really important that you continue to add support for yourself. So add another blanket, add another pillow under your right hip if that's really bugging you. We don't want to necessarily, for me, I don't want to have this workshop be that we're going to work through the pain. I want to say that, hey, if you get some pain in this experience, that's something that you can inquire to after and go into deeper. And maybe you go to the YouTube channel and you listen to more sound healing as you're working through some of your personal stuff. But the Yin just really offers that. And so the Yin focuses more on the feminine, gentle grace part of yoga. And so as we are holding some of the postures, I'm going to share information as to what that posture is supporting. And then I'm also going to share some of the Yin information versus the Yang information as we move into the postures. And so just a little bit on the sound healing then. And so sound healing is vibrational medicine. It helps us to reduce stress, it alleviates pain, improves sleep, increases connection and concentration, and creates an overall sense of well-being. So it's an opportunity to let things release and let things go. The sound healing is also going to create positive cellular regeneration in the body. And so that rich resonance and vibration of the sound healing supports the natural frequencies in our bodies. And so it brings everything into alignment. It brings all of our cycles into balance and into harmony. I think another beautiful thing about the sound healing is that your experience can provide access and communication to a deeper inner balance, sonically resetting negative cellular patterns, including pain, repressed emotions, intergenerational patterns, and spiritual disconnections. So that sound healing is going to support you mostly, I think, in my personal opinion, on an emotional level and an energetic and a vibrational level. And so the combination of holding postures for longer periods of time accompanied with the sound healing is really going to support that release of the tension, of the stress, and just that kind of stagnation in the body. And And then just another thing that I like to share is that healing happens from the inside out. So we have our life experiences. I feel like we store our life experiences in our cells and in our tissues. And so when we can get quiet and still enough on our inside, then the healing happens from the inside out. So whatever your philosophy of life, it's the nervous system that is the only means of connecting and interacting with our world. So as we go out into the world, we experience something, it's our nervous systems that are engaging with the world. That brings on our emotional reaction, and it affects the endocrine system of our hormones and chemicals releasing. And so we're constantly interacting with our nervous system and the world. So if you treat your nervous system like a sensitive instrument that it is, it will play back the finest music to enrich your being. And so just knowing that too, that our nervous system is really that system that we want to support. And so the sound healing, meditation, yoga, getting out in nature, thinking of all the different ways that we can enhance the nervous system and supporting that parasympathetic part of the nervous system. And so that is what we are going to do today. All right, so like I said, we're going to be moving into some postures, and I'm going to read some information once we get there. Because of my setup, I'll basically show you the setup of the yin posture. I'm going to put my props to the side, and then I will accompany you with the sound healing. Okay, so we're going to start off with some breath work and meditation, and then we will set some intentions for our practice, and then we will move into our first posture. And we're going to do, once we get into that first posture, I'm going to do a peace meditation. So it'll just be more of a kind of a grounding meditation to start. So you're welcome to already be on your back. You can also stay seated for the breathwork and meditation piece if you want. So just take a moment to check in with your body, see what would feel best. If you're going to stay seated, you might want to prop something underneath your buttocks so that your knees are a little bit lower than your hips, or just come onto your back and get cozy and comfy to start. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we gather today on the ancestral homelands of the Coast Salish peoples who have lived in the Salish Sea Basin throughout the San Juan Islands and the North Cascades watershed from time immemorial. Please join me in expressing our deepest respect and gratitude for our Indigenous neighbors, for their enduring care and the protection of our shared lands and waterways. Thank you. Okay, friends, we are going to get started with breathwork and meditation. So take a few moments to find a comfortable position. Take some time to make adjustments and movements to see if you could be even more comfortable. And if you're okay to close your eyes, or just begin to focus on a stationary point in the room that you're in or on the screen. And we're going to take several moments to just arrive here, letting all of that information go. And just begin to settle into here and now. So the easiest, fastest, and freest way to land into the moment is simply by connecting to the rhythm of your own beautiful breath. So just take some time to begin to notice the expansion of your inhalation and sensing the release of your exhalation. Do but just simply be with the breath. Your belly may expand with your breath. Your heart may lift with the breath. You may sense some breath in your side ribs and the side body. And some students even can sense some breath in the back body. So just taking some time to simply notice the breath. Inhalation, begin to invite a sense of ease and peace to flow into your body, your mind and your spirit. And with each exhalation, begin to relax and release, settling into this moment. And then just to take a few moments for a body scan, I'm going to just offer a relaxing body scan. And as I say these places of your body, see how best you can just relax and release them. And as we do the body scan, if you are sensing areas that feel tight or tense or have pain, maybe you hang out there with a little longer with your breath, with your intention to release, and just see how best we can let go and open to this experience. Relaxing in your forehead, your face, and your jaw. Soften the tongue and the throat. Relaxing down into the shoulders and the neck. Letting that relaxation flow into the arms, out the palms of the hands and the fingertips. Relaxing the chest and the heart, and softening in your belly. Returning back to your back body, again relax in the neck and the shoulders. Softening down into the shoulder blades and the upper back. Relax the back of the heart, down into your mid-back, into the low back, and all the way down into your sacrum. Relaxing your whole back body. Relaxing into your hips, your glutes, and your pelvis. Relax the legs. And then letting this energy flow out the soles of the feet and out the tips of the toes. Relaxing, releasing, letting go. Taking a few moments of breath to notice the liberating current of energy coming through the soles of your feet, spiraling up your body and out the crown of your head. And the manifesting current of energy coming through the crown of the head, spiraling down your body and out the soles of your feet. So taking some time to sense these energy currents running through the body. From here we'll work closer with the breath, moving into a pranayama exercise. We're going to work with a balancing breath by inhaling for 4 counts and exhaling for 4 counts. If you have a clear nasal passage today, working with your breath in and out the nose, I will do a couple rounds with you, and then you can continue to work with this breath on your own. We'll begin together, inhaling 4, and exhale 4. Inhale 4, and exhale 4. Inhale 4, and exhale 4. Continue in this way. Count the breath in your mind. 1 through 4 as you take a breath in, and 1 through 4 as you take a breath out. We'll incorporate this breath for 2 minutes, inhaling and exhaling for 4 counts. next exhalation will release the breath work, coming back to the natural rhythm of your own breathing. And from here we'll move right into a simple meditation. On your inhalation, mentally affirm, I am. And on your exhalation, mentally affirm, filled with peace. Other thoughts may come to the mind, letting them pass and coming back to the meditation. I am filled with peace. For 2 minutes, make any adjustments if you could be more comfortable. I am with your inhale, filled with peace with your exhalation. Three more rounds of breath at the meditation. With your next exhalation, we'll release the meditation. Once again, coming back to the breath. Take a moment to sense any changes in the body or the mind. We're going to open our sacred space together by sharing one Om. You can be lying down or seated, taking a deep breath in to begin, please. Inhaling. Gently open the eyes if they were closed. If you stayed seated for your breathwork and meditation, just extend your legs out, shake out your knees a little bit. And then just come to a comfortable position. You can be still on your back or seated. I'm going to talk a minute about intentions, and then you're going to take some time to set some intentions, and then we're going to move into our first posture. So intention is our focus, and it brings us to the moment. In that moment, we concentrate our efforts to that which is appropriate for that which is before us. Intention is receptive and it has a plan. It is an internal calling beckoned by an external voice. And in the silence, we hear the calling. Intention disdains rigidity but requires structure. Intention is our prayer. We pray for right action. We pray for divine guidance. We pray for balance. It is when spirit, knowledge, and intuition create a holy trinity. So take some time in this moment to set some intentions for yourself, whatever that means to you. If there's anything that you'd like to bring into your life, bringing that to the mind and to the heart. And if there's anything you'd like to let go of, bringing that to the mind and to the heart. Exhalation will let that go, and returning back to the natural rhythm of your own breathing. Okay, friends, we're going to move into our first yin posture, and so this is going to be, I'm also going to do a meditation, a peace meditation, so know that that's coming along with this posture. I'm not going to do that for every posture. We're moving into Stonehenge, which I learned this from a yoga student who was doing this in Shavasana at one of my workshops, and it just looked so great. So for a yin class, you are going to be using some props, and so not everybody's going to have a beautiful yoga bolster or blocks or pillows or blankets, but you're going to have something of that. So maybe you have some thicker couch cushions, maybe you just have some firmer pillows, or maybe you have a meditation cushion. So this is a time that you want to have some props, because we're going to, again, be holding these postures for 7 to 10 minutes. And as our body releases into the postures, you might need to add some things as maybe your left hip opens, and so maybe you need to add a little towel underneath that left hip. So now would just be a time to gather that support. If you don't have blocks or a bolster for this particular yin pose, you can put your legs up a couch or a chair or up the wall. And so if you have blocks and a bolster, you're going to set your blocks in front, and you're just going to place your bolster on top of that. And then you're simply going to lay on your back and put your knees up on this bolster arrangement. And so this is a nice release for the low back. You can see me pretty good. Surrounded by bowls. Okay, so here's Stonehenge. So this is what we're going to be in. Again, if this doesn't work, you can just put your legs up the wall. You can put them up a chair or a couch. But that is the idea, is to get your legs a little higher than your head. And you may want to put something underneath the head if you want a pillow or some kind of support underneath your head. Also, you just might want to add some socks or clothes to be a little more comfortable as we move into the yin postures. Your temperature will change a little bit, and so just have some things near you in case you need to add stuff so that you're more comfortable. Okay, so closing your eyes, coming back to your breath. And again, if things shift and you need other support, add that support. You want to create symmetry in your body, and so if you already know that your right hip or your left hip is a little off in some way, then you might want to already add that support. taking some time to reconnect to the rhythm of your own breath. Again, we'll be here for about 7 more minutes. You're welcome to use the balancing breath throughout our practice today, inhaling for 4 counts or exhaling for 4 counts. If that's too much of a stretch, just start with 3 inhale and 3 exhale. If emotions come up, just move into the breath, letting go what no longer serves you and your higher purpose. Offering a peace meditation, inviting yourself to become more and more relaxed with each exhalation. Bring awareness to the skin, softening and relaxing the layer of the skin. Continue to relax the layers of the body, skin, muscle, organ, bones, and cells, allowing deepening relaxation right down to the cellular level. Allow the mind to soften as well, and let your awareness fall inward, beneath the layer of the emotional body, beneath the personality and ego identity, towards the deepest layer of the self, the quintessential spirit, the bliss body. Sense or imagine a deep wellspring of peace, love, and joy at the center of your being. Let your awareness fall into this wellspring of peace. Invite peace to spread like a fragrance through your body. Imagine peace like the cool silver moonlight calming you. Peace like a healing stream of liquid light cleansing you. Liquid peace flowing like rivers through your veins and arteries, calming and relaxing them. Peace flowing through the pathways of your nervous system, calming and soothing them. Peace like the sacred breath, breathing you, blessing you. Reach of time, welcoming you. Peace, like the taste of honey, sweetening this moment. Allow peace, like a warm breeze, to soften your heart, calm your mind, and feed your soul. Allow this peace to bring you into a deeper state of healing relaxation. 3 more breaths. And we'll slowly begin to release. So just simply take your legs off of your bolster and block arrangement, and you can release that to the side for now. We're going to do a little bit of movement in between the yin postures to just support the body. So from here, just begin to sway your legs side to side like windshield wipers on a car. You can have your arms out to a T with your palms to the floor. I have limited space here because of my singing bowls, but your arms could be out to a T. You could shift into a twist flow by looking in the opposite direction of your knees. So we'll do this twist flow a few more times to each side. Move with your breath. Inhale the legs to one side and exhale to the other. We'll shift into a little holding of a twist. So the next time your legs shift over to your right side, let them come to the floor. As you look to your left hand for a double knee down twist. If this is too much pressure anywhere, you can place something between your knees or underneath your lower knee for support. Sensing your breath. Inhale, head and knees back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Legs to the left as you gaze to the right hand. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale, head and knees back to center. You could bring your arms just alongside your body. Ankles are below the knees, so your feet are hips distance apart. We're going to move into Appanasana. With your next inhalation, take the right knee towards your right shoulder. You can interlace on top of your knee or underneath the knee along the hamstrings. See what feels good here. You could use your hands, a strap, belt, or a scarf. And we're just going to hold here for several breaths. Begin to send some breath down into that right hip flexor. Your choice if you want to lift the chin towards the ceiling or if you want to tuck the chin towards the chest. See what feels better to your neck and your cervical spine. And then we'll move into knee circles on that right side. So begin, you could have 0 to 2 hands on that knee and just rotating that leg around. We're looking for just a deeper opening in that right hip flexor. Moving as fast or as slow, that feels good to your body. Next time that knee comes towards you, reverse directions, opposite way. Okay, bringing that right knee back to Appanasana and then ankle circles, starting in a clockwise position on that right side. Reverse directions again. Good, release, flex and point the toe a few times. And then release that right foot to the floor. Take a resting breath here, big breath in. With your next inhalation, take the left knee towards the left shoulder, Appanasana to the other side, interlacing where it feels comfortable, or not at all. Your arms could stay alongside your hips. Aligning the knee with the shoulder to help out that hip flexor. See about the chin placement for your neck. And then inviting your mind towards your breath as you try to release your thoughts. Three more nice deep breaths down into your left hip. And then with your next exhalation, begin to make simple circles on that left side with your left knee. Starting in a clockwise position, making as big or as small of circles as feels good to you. Next time that knee comes towards the chest, reverse directions, opposite way. Take that left knee back to Appanasana and then ankle circles, starting in a clockwise position. And reverse reverse directions, opposite way. Release the ankle circles, point and flex the foot a few times. All right. Extend the legs out, reach your arms overhead, come into a full body stretch. Reaching from tips of toes to tips of fingers, yawning, releasing, letting go. All right, friends, we're gonna move into reclined butterfly for our next pose, yin pose. So I'm gonna show you how I set that up. So if you have blocks, you could have them be in this form. One is at the highest height and the second one is at the lowest height. And then you would take your bolster and place it on top of those blocks. Then you could align your sacrum up to your bolster. You're going to put the soles of your feet together and then you'll settle back to your reclined butterfly. This is a variation 1. I'm going to show you. You could also prop something underneath your knees here. So I'm going to show you a different arrangement if you don't have blocks. And so here you could just simply have a pillow, or excuse me, a blanket, fold that into thirds, roll up that top of that blanket so then you can put that bolster over it. So you want to create a little incline is what we're going for here. Again, aligning that sacrum there. Soles of the feet come together, and then here's where I could take my blocks underneath my knees. So use what you can in the space that you're in to create a little bit of an incline for your back and your spine, and then the legs will be in butterfly, whether you have block support or not. You can also have a little pillow underneath the head. So arrange yourselves for your own reclined butterfly pose. Our next yin posture. All right, closing your eyes as you return back to your breath. Resting a reclined butterfly is opening in the hips, the groin, and the pelvic floor. This pose also helps to tone the digestive organs, the urinary tract, and the reproductive organs. The meridians that are stimulated in this pose are the kidney, spleen, liver, lung, heart, and the conception vessel. Keep returning to your breath as you invite yourself to stay in a peaceful state of relaxation. more breaths. Slowly begin to release out of our reclined butterfly pose. So take your hands to the outer parts of your knees to help the legs come back towards each other. And just extend your legs out in front of you and reach your arms overhead. Come into a little bit of a body stretch, full body stretch here. And bring your arms back alongside your hips. We'll take our feet a little wider than our hips and just sway the legs side to side here. Transition up to seated. So when the legs come over to your right side, use the strength of the arms and the elbows to lift yourselves up. You can release your bolsters and blocks to the side for now. We're going to come to a seated position. We're going to do a little bit of shoulder and neck work before we move into our next yin pose. So take the hands, Sukhasana easy sit pose is an option. If that doesn't work for you, you could have one or both legs out. So just see here, some students will be in cobbler, your feet are further apart, or butterfly. So see what feels good to you. We're going to take the palms facing down on our knees, cultivate that nice tall spine by reaching through the crown of your head, and then begin to make simple circles with your hips. We're going to circle up towards our feet, rounding back towards the hips, opening that low back. As fast or as slow as feels good to you. Next time you come up towards the front of your mat or the front body, reverse directions. Good, come back to center. Palms again facing down on the knees. Find that nice tall spine. We'll take a deep breath in. With your exhalation, releasing the left ear towards the left shoulder. Inhale, return the head back to center. Exhale over to your right side. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take the chin towards the chest. Inhale back to center. Exhale, gaze up to the ceiling. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take the chin towards the chest. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, tilting right ear towards right shoulder to hold for several breaths. So tilting the ear towards the shoulder rather than lifting your shoulder to meet the ear. Relax your jaw and your face as you stay with your breath. Increase in that stretch slightly, extending your left arm out to the side, fingertips near the floor. Hand comes back to the knee. Inhale the head gently back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Nice deep breaths here. To increase in that stretch, extending your right arm out to the side, fingertips near the floor. Deep, sweet breaths here. Hand comes back to the knee. Inhale the head gently back to center. Exhale, we'll take the chin towards the chest. And then inhale as you roll the right ear towards the right shoulder. Exhale, sweep the chin towards the chest over to the other side. Few more times in this way. Slow, mindful movements of the neck, accompanied with a slow, mindful breath. One more to each side. Good. Take your head back to neutral. Close your eyes if that's okay, or just focusing on a stationary point. 3 integrating breaths here. Try to invite your breath to come all the way up into the shoulders and the neck. Deep breath in. Another nice deep breath. One more deep breath. Good. Let's extend the legs out. Shake out your knees a little bit. And then take your opposite leg in front. We're just going to do a quick cat-cow flow, and then we'll move into our next yin pose. So palms facing down on your knees, finding that nice tall spine. Enjoy a deep breath in. As you exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest, holding onto the knees as you arch back to cat back. Press the spine behind you. Inhale, pelvis comes forward, heart comes forward, gaze to the ceiling and cow spine. Exhale back to cat back, and inhale into cow spine. Continue in this way a few more times. Cat-cow flow, opening the heart and awakening the spine. Three more. Good, last one. All right, coming back to center. Our next pose is resting dragonfly or wide-legged forward fold. So you're going to take your legs to a comfortable V. We're not going to go to a super wide V. And so wherever you are, I don't know if you're on carpeting or not, but you might want something underneath your heels. So maybe you add an extra towel or a blanket of some sort underneath your heels. And so here you're going to take either your bolster or several blankets and a pillow, and you're going to stack them on top of each other. And they're going to come vertical from that wide-legged stance, that wide-legged forward fold. And so you want to take your arrangement as close towards your body as possible. And then here, we're coming to here, so you could have your arms alongside the bolster and your head can rest on top of your blanket. If that's too far and you don't have that flexibility, stack things up higher so that you don't have to go as far down. So I've got a couple blocks here I'm resting my forehead upon. You could have 2 blocks on the same height and have your base be there. You can turn your head to one side and then turn to the other side ever so often if I can offer some reminders to do that. So that's where we're headed. So use all the props and support that you have so that your body is most comfortable. And then again, as you hold here, your body might open and release more, and then maybe you can take away some of that support, or maybe you're adding more support. So again, as our body shifts and the fascia begins to shift, everything begins to start lengthening, adding more support so that your body is in symmetry, you have balance on each side, and that you're comfortable. There isn't any pain or discomfort. Okay? So wide-legged forward fold or resting dragonfly. For the next 7 or so minutes. Once again, reconnecting with your breath. Resting dragonfly stretches the hamstrings and the adductors, increases circulation to the pelvic floor, and opens the lower back. Meridians that are stimulated are the urinary bladder, the liver, kidney, and our spleen. So inviting the body to open and release, inviting stagnation to become fluid and open, allowing pain to soften. Staying with your breath as you continue to invite yourself to stay in a peaceful state of relaxation. Yin represents the feminine, so opening up to your feminine side. Yin represents water, acceptance, and flow. So opening up to those places. Stay with your breath. rounds of breath. We'll gently release. Begin to walk the hands up towards the legs so that you can bring your spine back tall, letting your head come up last. We're going to release our blankets and bolsters to the side for a moment. And just use your hands to bring your legs back towards each other. We're going to come back to a cross-legged or just a comfortable seated position. Having your hands back alongside the hips, we're going to do again some cat-cow flow just to continue to release in the spine. So finding that nice tall spine as you take a deep breath in. With your exhalation, keep hold of the knees, tuck the chin towards the chest, arching back to cat back, and then inhale into cow. So a few more times in this way. I've got one more yin pose and then we'll move into shavasana. Good, 2 more. Come back to center. We're going to do a twist flow. So have the hands be alongside your hips. We'll inhale the arms overhead, gazing up to your hands. Exhale as the left hand lands at the right knee, right hand behind you, twisting over to the right. Keeping flowing here. Inhale, the arms come back to center, gaze up towards the hands, and exhale, twist over to your left side. So continue in this way a few more times. Seated twist flow. Stay on your sits bones, and as you transition towards your twist, keep reaching through the crown of the head to continue to elongate in the spine. Good. Next time you're looking over your left shoulder, let's hold there together for a few breaths. So that hand behind you, those fingertips can point away from your body. Let those shoulders soften down the back. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale the arms back overhead. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale the arms back overhead. Exhale, float the arms down. 3 shoulder circles in each direction. Good. And release. Let's send your legs out. Shake out your knees a little bit. And then we're going to come into a supported child's pose for our final yin before we move into a shavasana. So if you don't have any props or support, you're welcome to just come right into child's pose. We're going to widen the knees, wider than our hips, and you're going to take that same bolster or blanket arrangement that you used for your wide-legged forward fold. We're going to use that same arrangement. And so again, you're going to either have your head be on one side and ever so often switch your head in the other direction, or you can have your head forward resting upon a block. Okay, so supported child's pose. Arms can just be alongside your bolster arrangement. So finding your supported child's pose. Once again, returning back to your breath, allowing the weight of your body to sink into the support of the bolsters, the floor, and the earth. You can also add a rolled towel in between your knees or underneath your sits bones if you need support for the hips or the knees. Supported child's pose creates flexibility in the back, the hips, and the knees. Counteracts insomnia and is a comforting pose when grieving. Meridians stimulated are the stomach, the spleen, the bladder, and the governing vessel. continue to invite yourself to stay in a peaceful state of relaxation. child's breath. Slowly going to release out of our child's pose. So walk the hands back towards your bodies. You can use the strength of your arms to lift yourselves up. You can release your bolsters and blankets to the side for now. Bring your knees back towards each other. We're going to come to hands and knees, tabletop, for a quick cat-cow here. So aligning your wrist under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Take a deep breath in with your exhalation, arching to cat back. Lift your belly button to your spine as you tuck chin towards chest, the back of the heart to the sky. Inhale, cow, lifting tail, gazing up, softening in your belly. A few more times in this way. Three more with a breath. Good, last one. And coming back to center. Okay, friends, we're going to move into Shavasana, found a relaxation. So you have many options again, as always. So if you happen to have a blanket, you could make a cervical roll for yourself by rolling up one of the side edges, and then that will be for underneath your neck. And then you could have a bolster or another rolled up towel or blanket underneath your knees. So this could be a relaxing Shavasana, something underneath the knees with a little cervical roll. You could also put a bolster kind of underneath the back of your heart so that you have a little chest opener for your Shavasana. So lots of options. You find what feels best to your body. Don't need any props whatsoever. You can just be lying comfortably on your back. Maybe you have a pillow underneath your head and a blanket over your beloved body. But just see what you could use for any other support and comfort. I'll do about a 5-minute Shavasana. We'll leave about a couple minutes of silence. We'll end with a loving kindness meditation and send us on our vibrating way. We're going to be going out into the world or into our homes, feeling more vibrationally set and sound. So yay for us and for you. Once again, returning back to the rhythm of your own breath. Shavasana is an opportunity to allow us to integrate our practice into the body, mind, and spirit. With each breath, allowing that integration as you invite your whole self to come into a peaceful state of relaxation. of silence for integration. Stay with your breath. Stay connected to the breath as I offer this loving kindness meditation, saying it's inside your mind or quietly outside yourself. May I dwell in the heart. May I be free from any suffering. May I be healed and whole. May I be at peace. May my heart flower. May I know the joy of my own true nature. May I be healed into this moment. May I be at peace. May you dwell in the open heart. May you be freed of any suffering. May you be healed wherever healing is called for. May you know your deepest joy, your greatest peace. May all beings know the absolute joy of absolute being. May all beings be freed from any suffering. May all beings heal into their own true nature. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be at peace. Begin to invite gentle movements to your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, circling your wrists and your ankles, and then stretching your arms overhead into a full body stretch. Roll to one side for a few more breaths. And then using the strength of your hands, elbows and arms, gently lifting yourselves up to a comfortable seated position. Stay with your breath, keeping your eyes closed if that's okay for you. Allowing more time for integration. And we're going to end our sacred space today by sharing one Om, placing your palms wherever is comfortable. Let's take a deep breath in to begin, please. Inhaling. To the heart center in Anjali Mudra. We'll end by praying for peace with one Om, 3 Shantis and 3 pieces. Om, Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. May we carry it into our worlds. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Again, happy spring blessings. And if you are able to make a donation today, I greatly appreciate your support. I am on Venmo at info@kristenrubis.com and PayPal, krubylove@yahoo.com. I have all of my information on my classes and my workshops on my website, kristenrubis.com, so check that out if you want some more information. And if you have any questions or comments or suggestions how I can make this better for your experience, please, those are also my email addresses, so please reach out and offer that support. Thank you so much. This will be on my YouTube channel shortly, maybe not today, but very soon. But thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.